perfect. Set those boundaries that work really good for you. Feel good. Strive for perfection. Becoming masterful of self means that you're always in a good mood. You feel good about life. You manage things with sheer perfection. You're on top of your time, your money, your relationships, and you've balanced it all masterfully. That's what self-mastery is. Or is it? Hi, my name's Tamara Ross. I'm the founder of My Life, My Design, and in this video, we're talking all about what self-mastery is, what energetic self-mastery is, and I'm debunking the myths that have you think you have to juggle everything with perfection. So without further ado, let's dive in. So first, let's talk about what self-mastery is. Self-mastery is about becoming masterful of self. Now, if you're working mostly in the 3D realm, that means you want to become masterful of your time, masterful of your money, masterful of your personal relationships, having the best relationship ever. You probably want to hustle harder so that you can make it in business and your monies grow. And all of that sounds really good. In the third dimensional reality, that would be a really great thing to strive for. And when you don't hit the mark, what I find is you probably make yourself wrong. You make yourself wrong for not doing it right, not moving out of the gates with sheer perfection, and then falling backward and falling behind. And if you have a bad day, well, then you probably shouldn't share it because that's not part of that plan either. So look, inside of self-mastery, you can see that it feels very confined into a 3D realm, meaning it's all about schedule and fitness, relationship and money, all those things that you experience in a 3D realm. It's very limited. And then you can only interact with yourself and mastery of those things in the 3D realm, meaning, well, if you schedule yourself better and you wake up earlier and you do more things, you could become more masterful. That is one way to interact with self-mastery, but that's not actually what I'm calling energetic self-mastery. So look, I am the founder of My Life, My Design. I'm the creator of a program called the Energetic Self-Mastery Program. That is a 12-month program. Right now, currently, I have about 50 people going through my program live with me this year. I have rolling enrollment. People join me all the time inside of my program. So if you're one of my students and you're in my Energetic Self-Mastery Program, one of the misnomers that I find that shows up time and time again is that my students and my clients think that having a bad day or feeling the feels or feeling funky around something is actually a bad thing. That's not part of energetic self-mastery, and they couldn't be further from the truth. So that's why I also wanted to do this video for them and for you to train you more inside of what is energetic self-mastery. So when we talk about energetic self-mastery, what we're talking about is the energy fields. We're talking about a multidimensional space. We're talking about you being on a path of awareness, a path of consciousness, a path of awareness and consciousness that leads to you being able to see everything at play at any moment in time that leads to the next level of you. So let's first talk about you. So I describe you in a triangle. It's like, I'm going to show you my little triangle. Okay, so inside of a triangle, at the tippy top of the triangle is your highest self. At this lower quadrant, this lower corner, it's not a quadrant, in this lower corner, we would say this is ego and personality, and over here are your blueprints, dharmas, and karmas. This is what makes you you. So energetic self-mastery is mastery of this triangle, which means highest self is in complete harmony with your personality and your egos, along with your blueprints, dharmas, and karmas. Nothing is left out, nothing is made wrong. So it's a balance. So if we look at ego, we would say my personality and ego, like my nails painted, I put my makeup on for this. That's all personality and ego. I like comfort. I like to drive a comfortable granny car. That's like my jam. I like gold accents everywhere. You can see it all around me. That's all personality and ego. None of it's wrong, okay? And that's merged in with my highest self. How I do my business, how I make a difference, how I take myself to the next level is all inside of an energy field of luxury, of comfort, which is part of that personality and ego. Blueprints, dharmas, and karmas also guide the way for us to learn things, for us to learn from our past, this past life, past lifetimes, and then to actually implement the things that you came here to implement, okay? So energetic self-mastery is mastery of all of these things, not one of the things, not just ego, not just what your personality wants, but all of the things at the same time. And being able to tune and become consciously aware of what is happening at any moment of time with yourself from a bigger perspective and a bigger picture so that you can allow the energy to move. So recently, I'll just share this story with you on a personal level. So I'm in the process of selling my home. And this is, I think, the 5th home that I've owned since I was 23 years old. And each one of them, I've always had my mom help me out to do upgrades on my homes. And in this home specifically, my mom and I went through a huge transformation. We were the most loving with each other. We were the most connected with each other when we were working on this house. And then she passed away about a year after I bought my house. It was a year after, like, I was pregnant at the time, my daughter was born, my mom got cancer, then she passed. And so I've been working with my real estate agent to sell this house. And my real estate agent also works in my company. She's my right-hand gal. You might even say my best friend. And as we're selling the house, we have tons of people who are interested in my house. My house is beautiful to the 9, and none of the offers are actually making it to our hands. And so we start asking the questions. We're looking at the energy field, and we're tuning in and we're tapping in. And what we're noticing is that I'm not actually ready to let go of the house energetically yet. So now when we're looking at the energy field, and we're noticing that I'm not ready to let go, now we know what there is to do energetically. So notice if you were in self-mastery, you would push through, you would schedule something, force some people who are out there trying to make offers to make their offers and do something that way. That's not what we sense is actually in the way. What's in the way is me holding onto the house. So logically, it doesn't make any sense, but energetically, this house is like the last piece of 3D realm that I had with my mom. And I cry a little as I share that with you so that you can also see crying as part of energetic mastery. And it's okay to feel things and move things. But I haven't been willing, and I didn't know it until just today, so I thought I would share this with you. I didn't know until today that I was holding on to this house so that I could hold on to the last piece of my mom. And it doesn't make any sense, because I've done so many upgrades on this house, even after my mom passed. But it was our bonding experience. It happened in this house. We had a huge transformation. There was a huge shift for us. So energetic self-mastery, I want to talk about it. It's not that it always feels good. It's not that it's always perfect. There are lots of opportunities to be uncomfortable in the path, and those opportunities of being uncomfortable actually lead us to some of the biggest breakthroughs we've ever had. And so if you look at yourself inside of self-mastery, you would look in a 3D realm. And energetic self-mastery opens up that multidimensional space, the space where there's no separation between me and you, that you're completely merged in with oneness consciousness, that there's no make wrong, there's no point of views, judgments, or conclusions about how you have to be or how it has to show up. And then what shows up inside of energetic self-mastery is an abundant amount of flow and ease. And so if you notice, in order to tune into those things, you have to be willing to clear energy out of the field, to use your intuition, to ask questions, to trust what's showing up, and to be able to notice where you are in alignment and then change the alignment. So currently with my house, my alignment and my field has been that I didn't want to let it go. I just didn't. And I didn't know it until recently. And so now what there is to do is to move through a process that will let me let go of the house and take my mom with me. And so that's my plan for tonight, is to do a little ceremony where I can let go of the house, get it ready, and actually gift it off to the new buyers, and then take my mom with me and complete that process. Now, none of that would have occurred inside of a 3D only realm. You really have to open up a multidimensional space in order to become aware of that. So energetic self-mastery, what I found is it's 5 pillars. Being able to clear energy, look at your alignment, what you're creating now, what you're creating for your future, what you're choosing, that's all part of alignment. And remember, whatever's showing up for you is exactly what you're aligned in. Lots of people want to make offers and we don't have any in our hands. And everybody says the house is great and there are people who want to buy it and we don't have any offers. So it's not their energy, it's mine. Okay. So looking at alignment and then noticing what your intuition is saying. So asking questions, and my intuition's very clear exactly where I get to go to work to realign so that I can recreate something new, realign, and then trust that everything's showing up perfectly. Everything. Even when I fell down the stairs on Friday, that was all perfect because that was part of the process to get me to wake up to what's happening in the multidimensional space, what's happening with all of my energy fields, not just my 3D person. So I want to leave you with that, which is this is what energetic self-mastery is. It's also not going through the process alone. So I've created an amazing community where people lean on each other, are able to ask questions, where people are moving through the same process all together to actually have more ease, more flow, and be more connected to their highest selves, their infiniteness, and to be in a community where we relate to each other not as 3D beings, but as multidimensional beings. So all of that's available when you start to step into your energetic self-mastery. Now, you don't have to be part of the program in order to step into it. I just know that it took me a decade to learn these tools. It took me a decade to master myself in this way, to step into that energetic self-mastery and move mountains and have ease and flow. And there's also great processes that help you move energy, just like I'm sharing with you about my house. So if you're interested in finding out more about the energetic self-mastery program, I'll put a link below where you can find out more about the program. You can even schedule a call with somebody from my team to talk about it if it's in alignment for you. But I also want to be clear, it is different and separate from what self-mastery is, because self-mastery really is in a 3D realm. I have seen nobody out there taking on the multidimensional space and the energetic space like I've done with this program. So hopefully you heard something for yourself inside of your own awareness, what you're moving through, what's okay for you to move through, what you've given yourself permission to move through, and you find a new level of your own awareness, your own mastery in this conversation. Don't feel like you have to reach out to us. That's a choice, but you don't have to reach out to us to start on your own evolution of self-mastery, but we would love it if you did, and I'd look forward to connecting with you in the future. Again, my name is Tamara Lee Ross, founder of My Life, My Design, and the creator of the Energetic Self-Mastery Program. Now, if you like this video, it was helpful, go ahead and click that like button, share with a friend, and as always, click the button to get notified when new videos drop each week so that you can take your energetic self-mastery journey to the next level.